If your lean bulk diet is stuck on repeat, chicken, eggs, salmon, yeah, you're building muscle, but you're also probably bored out of your mind. And worse? You're leaving gains on the table. There are powerful, high-protein, muscle-friendly foods out there that barely anyone's talking about. Foods that digest better, offer unique nutrients, and keep your meals from feeling like a chore. In this video, I'm skipping the obvious. No chicken, no eggs, no salmon. Just underrated, hard-hitting foods that'll level up your lean bulk without the burnout. Let's get into it. Powdered peanut butter doesn't get nearly enough love, and honestly, it should be a lean bulking staple. If you've never tried it, you're seriously missing out. It's basically all the flavor of regular peanut butter, without the heavy fat content that can wreck your macros. And yeah, I get it. Everyone loves peanut butter. It's delicious, it's satisfying, but let's be real. It's easy to go overboard. A couple spoonfuls can turn into a 300-calorie snack that barely fills you up. That's where powdered peanut butter steps in and changes the game. You can throw it into protein shakes, mix it into oats, stir it into Greek yogurt, or even blend it into smoothies without loading up on calories. And it still gives you that rich, nutty flavor that hits the spot every time. What's cool is you get the protein, the taste, and way more flexibility in your diet. When you're lean bulking, you want volume, you want variety, and you want to keep things clean. Powdered peanut butter checks all those boxes. It's not flashy, but it works. And it makes sticking to your plan feel a whole lot easier. And while we're on the subject of underrated staples, let's talk about one that's been a quiet favorite among serious lifters for years. Cream of rice might sound old school, but don't sleep on it. It's one of the cleanest, most effective carb sources you can use when lean bulking. And yeah, it's not flashy like sweet potatoes or oats, but that's the point. Cream of rice is simple, easy to digest, and super customizable. That means you can get in a solid hit of carbs without any bloating or sluggishness, especially around your workouts. You want energy? You want a pump? This stuff delivers. And here's the part most people miss. You can make it taste however you want. Toss in a scoop of protein powder, a dash of cinnamon, maybe some powdered peanut butter if you're feeling wild, and suddenly you've got a high-protein, muscle-fueling bowl that actually tastes good. No sugar crashes, no gut bombs, just clean fuel. It cooks in minutes, it's dirt cheap, and it plays nice with whatever you pair it with. Whether it's pre-workout, post-workout, or even a nighttime carb to top off your calories, cream of rice makes the process smoother. While everyone else is stuck forcing down another bowl of oats, you're out here quietly getting bigger with a tool that's been right in front of you the whole time. Now, let's shift to something that totally breaks the nut stereotype. Chestnuts are one of those foods nobody talks about in the fitness world, but they absolutely should. When most people think of nuts, they picture almonds, walnuts, or cashews. Super calorie dense, high in fat, and easy to overeat. But chestnuts flip that whole narrative. They're technically a nut, but nutritionally, they act more like a clean carb source. Low in fat, lower in calories, and packed with complex carbs and fiber. Chestnuts give you that slow-burning energy you need for training and recovery without blowing up your daily intake. That's a massive win when you're lean bulking and trying to keep things clean and under control. They're naturally slightly sweet too, which makes them a perfect snack when you want something that feels indulgent but still fits the plan. Roast them, chop them into oatmeal, mix them into rice dishes. There's a lot you can do. And they bring a completely different texture and flavor compared to the usual lineup. Plus, they've got a solid dose of potassium and vitamin C, which most bulking foods don't even come close to. Now, if you're looking for something plant-based that actually pulls its weight in the muscle-building department, you're going to want to check out Tempeh. Tempeh might just be the most underrated muscle-building food out there, especially if you're looking to break out of the chicken and rice cycle. It's made from fermented soybeans, but don't let that scare you off. This stuff is dense, hearty, and packed with protein, like 20 grams per 100 grams. And it's got a firm, meaty texture that actually makes your meals feel satisfying. Unlike tofu, which can be hit or miss on flavor, tempeh has a nutty, earthy taste right out of the gate, and it soaks up marinades like a sponge. You can throw it in a stir-fry, bake it, pan-fry it, even toss it in tacos. Seriously, it fits into almost any meal. And here's the kicker. Because it's fermented, it's not just a protein source, it's also great for your gut. That means better digestion, better nutrient absorption, and less bloating. When you're eating a ton of food every day to lean bulk, that matters. Plus, it's plant-based. So if you're trying to cycle off meat a bit, or just want more variety, tempeh brings a lot to the table. It's not mainstream, it's not hyped, but it works. And if you're serious about gains, you'll want to have it in rotation. And for those days when you just want something fast, high protein, and no cook, this next one's a game changer. Canned salmon or sardines might not sound glamorous, but if you're trying to lean bulk smart, these two are total cheat codes. They're packed with protein, easily 20 to 25 grams per serving, and they come loaded with omega-3s, which help reduce inflammation, support recovery, and keep your joints feeling good when you're training hard. And the best part? They're ready to eat straight from the can. No cooking, no prep, no excuses. You just crack it open, toss it on a salad, mix it with rice, or smash it on some whole grain toast and you're good to go. Compared to fresh fish, they're cheaper, easier to store, and way more convenient, especially if you're eating on the go or just don't want to fire up the stove for the 10th time that week. Sardines especially get slept on. They've got bones in them, but they're soft and edible, which means you're getting a solid calcium boost too. That matters for lifters more than people think. And with canned salmon, you still get that rich flavor and protein hit without having to deal with the price tag or cooking time of fresh fillets. If you're trying to grow without turning your kitchen into a full-time job, this is the kind of food you want on hand. Next up is one that's finally starting to get the respect it deserves, especially in the fitness world. Quinoa is one of those foods that doesn't look like much, but it's sneaky powerful when you're trying to lean bulk. Most people treat it like just another carb, some fancy rice alternative. But the truth is, quinoa brings way more to the table. First off, it's a complete protein, which is rare for plant-based foods. That means it has all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to build muscle, and you're not getting that from most grains. So even though it looks like a side dish, it's doing serious work behind the scenes. On top of that, it's got a great mix of carbs, protein, and fiber, which helps with digestion and keeps your blood sugar steady. Huge if you're eating frequently and trying to avoid those midday crashes. And it's versatile. You can throw it into a salad, use it as a base for a power bowl, mix it with eggs in the morning, or even eat it cold. It absorbs flavor well, it doesn't bloat you up like some heavier grains, and it fits into almost any meal plan. If your bulking meals feel repetitive, quinoa gives you a way to switch it up without sacrificing results. Real quick, if you're getting value from this and picking up some new ideas, hit that like button and subscribe. Bison is one of those meats that flies under the radar, but once you add it to your lean bulk rotation, it's hard to go back. It's got that rich, beefy flavor that hits the spot. But here's the kicker. It's way leaner than regular beef. So you get all the protein and taste without the heavy fat content that can throw your macros off. That makes it perfect when you're trying to build muscle without packing on unnecessary fluff. And we're not just talking protein here. Bison is loaded with iron, zinc, and vitamin B12, which all support energy levels, oxygen delivery, and recovery. Basically, it fuels your workouts and helps you bounce back faster. What's also great, it doesn't feel like a diet food. You throw a bison burger on the grill, and it feels like a real meal. It's satisfying, filling, and gives you that edge of variety that keeps eating fun when you're in the middle of a long, lean bulk phase. You're not forcing down plain chicken again. You're actually looking forward to your meals. It might not be cheap everywhere, but if you can find it, bison is one of the cleanest, most muscle-friendly red meats out there. Now let's cool it down with something you'll find in the fridge aisle. But don't let the simplicity fool you. Kefir is probably one of the most overlooked tools in a lean bulker's arsenal, and that's a mistake. At first glance, it just looks like a drinkable yogurt, but there's way more going on here. Kefir is loaded with protein, usually around 10 grams per cup, and even more if you go for the high-protein versions. But where it really shines is gut health. It's packed with probiotics, way more than regular yogurt, and that means better digestion, improved nutrient absorption, and less bloating. And if you're eating big to put on muscle, keeping your gut running smooth is key. Nobody wants to feel heavy or sluggish halfway through their meals. Kefir helps with that. It's also super easy to work into your day. You can drink it straight, blend it into a smoothie, pour it over oats, or even use it as a base for high-protein dressings or sauces. It's quick, portable, and doesn't require prep. Huge win when your schedule's packed. Plus, the tangy flavor gives your palate a break from all the sweet stuff, like protein shakes and bars. Let's wrap it up with 2 foods that are old school but still incredibly relevant if you want lean gains without the fluff, starting with lentils. Lentils don't usually scream muscle food, but they're actually one of the most underrated lean bulk staples you can have in your kitchen. They're packed with plant-based protein, about 18 grams per cooked cup, and come loaded with fiber, slow-digesting carbs, and essential minerals like iron and magnesium. And the best part? They're dirt cheap. You can buy a huge bag of dried lentils for a few bucks and it'll last you weeks. When you're trying to bulk clean without blowing your grocery budget, that matters. Lentils also digest well, especially compared to things like beans, which can leave you feeling bloated. That means you can eat them regularly without your stomach turning on you. They work in soups, rice bowls, even tossed into salads for an extra protein boost. And when paired with rice, they form a complete protein, perfect for muscle recovery. So if you're looking to add more volume, fiber, and clean fuel to your meals without relying on meat every time, lentils are a no-brainer. They're not fancy, but they're effective, and they'll keep your lean bulk running smooth and steady. Now last, but definitely not least, low-fat cottage cheese. Don't roll your eyes. This one earns its place. Now let's talk about low-fat cottage cheese. It's not the trendiest food out there, but when it comes to lean muscle building, this stuff is elite. You get a slow-digesting casein protein that feeds your muscles for hours, perfect for before bed or those long stretches between meals. It's high in protein, low in fat, and incredibly filling, which makes it ideal when you're trying to eat more without constantly feeling hungry or bloated. A single cup can pack over 25 grams of protein, and that's without any cooking, prep, or cleanup. Just scoop it into a bowl, and you're done. You can eat it plain, add fruit, top it with nuts, or mix in some honey or cinnamon for a quick dessert-style meal that still fits your macros. And unlike shakes, which can feel repetitive, cottage cheese gives you texture and variety. It also has a good amount of calcium and other recovery-supporting nutrients, so it's not just empty protein, it's a full muscle support package. If you're serious about gains and want something easy, effective, and actually satisfying, this needs to be a regular in your lean bulk routine. So, yeah, lean bulking doesn't have to be boring or predictable. You don't need to eat the same 3 foods every day to grow. There are smarter, underrated options out there that keep you full, fueled, and actually excited to eat. If you see a video popping up right now, it's there for a reason. Click it. You'll want to check that one out next.